President of the United States takes pleasure in presenting the Bronze Star Medal to Sergeant Ryan K. Pass, United States Marine Corps, for service as set forth in the following citation. For her heroic achievement in connection with combat operations against enemy while serving with 1st Marine Special Operations Battalion in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. On 14 June 2012, Sergeant Pass's team came under heavy enemy fire while conducting village stability operations in a volatile upper Gresham Valley of Helmand Province. When 2 fellow team members fell critically wounded in an exposed rooftop position, Sergeant Pass scaled a ladder to the roof and began initial casualty care as enemy fire impacted all around him. He provided suppressive fire from an M249 light machine gun while single-handedly moving each of the wounded Marines to a staging point near the ladder, and continued to pour out cover fire while 2 casualties were moved below. When the barrage of enemy fire targeting him made his rooftop position untenable, he took a position on an adjoining compound wall. He then acted as a ladder barrier, carrying his wounded comrades across an open field exposed to enemy fire to reach the evacuation landing zone. By his bold actions, zealous initiative, and total dedication to duty, Sergeant Pass reflected great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. The Combat Distinguished Device is authorized. For the President, signed, Secretary of the Navy.
Okay, stand at ease, everybody. I want to say a few words before I bring up Gunny Jack. I want to talk a little bit about Sergeant Pass and what he did. For the children that are here today, I want you to know one thing, that his actions are very heroic, and that he's a hero in my book. But to put it into context, this time in Afghanistan, in the Helmand Province, in a very kinetic area called Watan, we had set up a village stability platform called Nirmandab there. It was touted as one of the biggest success stories in the Helmand Province at that time, because we literally were able to get in there and establish security, governance, and development. But it came at a cost. So when you walk outside this auditorium today and you look on that wall, you'll see 11 paddles of our fallen comrades. And several of those have to do with this incident at Watan. Several of our Marines from this unit were killed in that vicinity of Nirmandab. So when I looked at the summary of action and the citations, what Ryan did that day, it's astonishing, and his actions kept more men alive. So more men were able to go home to their families. So for that, I'm thankful for what you did, and I'm blessed to have men like him in this unit. Gunny Jackman, front and center, please. Sure. Gunny Jackman was there that day, and he's going to say a few words.
Yeah, so thank you again for coming. Sorry we couldn't get this done while he was on his deployment, but everyone understands here that mission takes priority and operational needs come first. It's an honor to be here today with you, Sergeant Pass. I was there with him through the entire deployment out there in Afghanistan. The one thing you may not know about your family member here is that he's always the first man on the line, meaning every time we'd ever get in a firefight, there were many, the events of June 14th, those were just, that was a routine firefight for us. It turned to where it was not routine when we had a couple guys grievously wounded. But every time aside from that, and also on that day, he was always the first guy to pick up a gun, get his gear on, and get on the wall and start laying lead down towards his enemies, our enemies. And no one could ever take that away from him. Every man here respects him for it, and wish nothing but the best. That day for which the medal here has been awarded, that was a hell of a day. And the fact that you stood tall amongst your brothers, you fought the good fight, you carried your brothers to the LOC under the heaviest barrage I've ever seen in my life out of all kinds of firefights and deployments. It speaks for who you are and who you're going to be in life. So congratulations, brother. Absolutely.
In closing, ladies and gentlemen, a very uncertain future for us, as you know, a lot going on with our unit. But I'll close it out on this. And for the kids, you often hear the definition of a hero, and sometimes in America that gets a little bit convoluted when people talk about a hero as a sports figure or an actor from Hollywood. Well, that's just not the case. A hero is somebody that puts his life on the line, like your father did, at a critical time, knowing that his actions can cause serious injury and potentially death. But he does it anyway, because he does it for the man on his left and right. So in closing, I just want to say thank you for what you did. Thanks for the family coming out today. And Semper Fidelis, thank God we got men like Sergeant Pass.
Friends, family, all my brothers, both past and present, current. Just want to thank you guys all for coming out and being here with us today. I appreciate everything, and as far as my team too, this wasn't possible without them. It was definitely a team effort, and you know, it's always about the man that left to your right. We had a great team, and you know, like I said, everything that happened that day because we all worked as a team, and you know, we got things done.
All right, we'll close it out.